Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway, where tonight Greenaway Motorsports Productions proudly presents the USSR. Joining me in the booth this evening, I am pleased to have with me two drivers from the GMR stable, Mr. Troy Radford and Mr. Chris Mefford. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. This is T. Roy Radford. I usually drive the number 94, but I will be in the booth tonight. How about you, Chris? How are you doing tonight?
Doing fine, buddy. How about you? It's going to be a great race to call.
Absolutely. From my standpoint, I, of course, always loved watching some Daytona races of drafting, and I've, just heard a lot of really good stuff out of this crew. So look forward to seeing a really good race and seeing how well they do it tonight.
That we are, and I think we got a nice little special race here this evening. So it's gonna be nice, 100 laps here at Daytona, and with that, we're gonna be doing a couple special things for the one of the founders of the league, Pops. So with that to do, we're waiting for the drivers to get lined up, and soon we'll be bringing you back some more action here at Daytona. So stand by.
You mean to talk about him? Hold on a second.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Is the feed up, or am I just having trouble loading? Okay.
User joined your channel.
Guys, give me a second. We're going to get some info.
Yeah, it looks like I'm getting the feed live, so we're good. I'm assuming this is not coming over live, correct?
But that microphone is probably live. So this is a honorary tribute lap, 4 wide as is done in racing. The purpose of this is that our head admin, son is Chris, unfortunately passed away late last week due to a battle with cancer. And for a lot of these guys in this league tonight, Chuck is the reason that they're here. He's sort of the guy who helped create USRC. He's the guy who always had fun. So, you know, this is a moment we're going to tribute him with this 4 wide lap with the pace car being his old paint scheme. So, you know, we know that the Scala family is watching. We want to say thank you to them for all they do to help us put this together. So thank you to them. And then what we're going to mention as well, that lap 15 on the side of the race with all racers is going to be a radio silence once we get going green. So, you know, for myself, Derek Watson, your admin, and the rest of USRC, thank you to Chris. Chuck, will miss you. You know, this is a pretty cool thing that I get to be part of, and I'm grateful for it, that I get to be a part of it. But I'm sorry to, you know, have to do it this way, in other words.
Thank you for that. It's my honor to be here to be able to put this on for you guys tonight. You know, being a son of a mother that battled cancer, and luckily not by the she gets free. It's truly my honor. I'm proud to be here tonight along with Troy and Chris. So I'm gonna sit back and just take in the sights of this.
Yep, I actually had the honor to race with Pops once, and like I said, it's a great honor. And so these guys here do something special, you know, honoring him. I mean, it's a bad way to do it, but it's a good way to do it in the same breath.
Hey, you said it, Chris, and I unfortunately never had the honor to race with him or to race for him, but it truly is my honor to be able to bring this event to everybody. So with that, ceremony aside, we still got a race to run, and I know Pops will be in everybody's mind tonight, but guys want to win a race, and it's Daytona, and let's be honest, Daytona is exciting. Daytona's fun, Daytona's fast, and Daytona's full of action. So we're going to have the drivers, as soon as they get all gridded up, we're going to go through the field and bring you 100 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. Just do a little things, little info for you guys. Daytona Beach is almost 2.5 miles long. Track temp is currently 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's 36.52 feet above sea level. A little random facts for you. Tonight's weather: air temperature is 90 degrees, track temperature is 90 degrees, no humidity under partly cloudy skies. So even though it's night, we're going to be full of grip, partly cloudy skies, no moon. So it's going to be there's going to be a lot of grip out there tonight. So I'm expecting to see some fast times out there today. What do you guys think?
Oh, absolutely. So this track is always built for speed. The track, since it repaved, it's a lot smoother, a lot more grip, a lot faster. I also want to throw out, our thoughts and prayers with the Scala family. Uh, so we race for racing for a cause, and this is something that we really do, and it actually goes to heart. So this actually means a lot for us to broadcast this. So thank you guys.
For me, gentlemen, Daytona is a special place. There's just always something about coming here. So to get to be involved, even though, again, not that I knew the Scala family, but just a huge honor to get to be here, be part of this special event at this special track, and just be a great night of racing once we get going green here.
That it is. And speaking of that, why don't we run through the starting lineup for tonight's race? Starting on the pole with a track time of 48.187 seconds, we have Jonathan Shipman. On the outside pole, we have Katie Hate It. Oh, wow. I'm going to hack that name all night. I can already tell you that. In the second row, in the number 24, which I'm partial to, Cody Fowler. Starting fourth, Thomas Harmon. Fifth, Joshua Powell. Sixth, Devin Serra. Seventh, Frank DiMaggio. Eighth, Dave Rowe. Ninth, Terry Dunette. 10th, John Pansula. 11th,
Starting
Darren Walker. 12th, James Williams. 13th.
starting in
Go ahead, Troy. I'm sorry. I stepped on you.
No, sorry about that, guys. Starting in 13th, we've got Rick Schwent. Outside of row 7, Jason Brisdick in 14th. 15th place will be Mitchell Brown. Outside of row 8, Bernard Person. Starting in 17th, Brian Vowles. 18th, Glenn Wilson. 19th, Matt Cherry. And rounding out the top 20 tonight is going to be James Walker. Chris, you want to take it the rest of the way?
Sure will. 21st is Joe Petrich.
User
And
joined
the
your channel.
22nd is Justin Morton. Starting 23rd is Jason Fluffy Garrett. Starting 24th is Brian Wortman. Looks like 25th will be Riley Sherman. 26th will be Derek Watson. And looks like right out the field will be Jonathan Thomas in the number 52 car.
And as the cars are taking their warm-up laps, getting ready for today's race, the pace car out there. Just like to remind everybody out there, please check out Sports Productions on Facebook and YouTube. Also, selfless plug for us three. Check out GMR Virtual Motorsports on Facebook. That is our race.
User left your channel.
So, yeah, if you're looking to follow our race team on Facebook, check out GMR Virtual Motorsports. And if you're just looking for a dad who besides working does some videos for iRacing, check out Greenaway Motorsports Productions. But I'm excited for this race, guys. I don't know about you. I can't say it enough. It's Daytona. And Daytona's fun. I love Daytona. I get chills when I think of Daytona. It makes me excited.
Absolutely. We ran here earlier in the year under very similar conditions, but just a lot of fun, smooth track, especially with this new pave on it. It's just made the place so much more racy. Just really look forward to seeing how everything's going to go here.
I agree, Troy. And when we were here, I think we were in the daytime though, I believe. So we didn't have as much grip. It was warmer out, but it was a fun, fast race. And I expect to see Oh, excuse me, I'm tongue-tied tonight. I expect to see the same thing tonight. And one of the exciting things that I like about the USSRs is they do segments, 25, 25, and 50 have segments. So it's exciting. I can't wait to see how these guys drive this thing. I think it's going to be something interesting to see how these drivers race it compared to, say, the Cup guys that raced Daytona just last night.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually scrolling through the field right now, and I tell you what, we've got some really good-looking cars out here tonight. I've got, of course, a ton of original schemes. I've got some great throwback schemes I'm seeing. Should just make for some great viewing out there tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm partial. I see the old Mountain Dew scheme right there on P1. I love me some Mountain Dew. So then there's a nice pink car right next to it. It's just going to be exciting. I can tell you that much.
Oh, absolutely. And you got the old 24 Pepsi machine. And so that looks like a Jeff Gordon throwback. So that's Jeff Gordon. Everybody likes Jeff Gordon. He's well respected in the league. Well respected in anything. If you know racing, you know Jeff Gordon. So it's going to be a lot of fun racing here. A lot of hard racing.
I like seeing Fluffy in the Skoll car. Skoll, Harry Gant. Doesn't like an old Harry Gant scheme.
Oh, absolutely. And so you got Pops. That was his favorite scheme. So you're gonna have a lot of these cars out here. Running these cars just for him. Just to remind people, what Pops was all about.
All right. All the lights are off the pace car. We're getting ready to go green.
User left your channel.
Jonathan Shipman and Katie Kate is getting ready to take the
Of course, just a quick reminder on all of these guys, there are no fast repairs in this league whatsoever. So, I mean, if they get some damage here, guys, they are done for the night. It's not going to take much at Daytona to knock you out.
That it will not take much at all.
They are running about a 60% fuel limit here on this, so it will be just a little bit shorter than those full 100% fuel runs on the run, so that'll still make for some good racing. If anybody gets split up, they can probably help use that short pit to get right back up there.
Absolutely. To win this race, you got to keep your car clean. That's what it's all about.
All right, folks. Pace car is in pit road. And we are green flag racing here at Daytona. The 23 car, Joshua Shipman gets a good jump off the start. Followed by the
User
24
joined your
Cody
channel.
Fowler. And the 38 Thomas Harmon.
Starting to get single file here. The pack coming out of 2. Of course, outside pole sitter there had a little bit of a hard start, so she's sliding back through the field there just a little bit. I'm sure everybody will get settled down here in a second. I'm sure they're going to take it a little bit easy to start the race here and make sure nothing goes crazy.
Yeah, looking back here from 12th position, looks like we're going 2 by 2. You got a couple guys fanning out here and there. You might have a few guys drop down in the back to try to stay out of trouble.
Mostly. Kind of shocked to see that the 25 pretty
Absolutely. We got 25 cars here that took the green flag on this. It looks like everybody's still pretty much single file. Even the back of the pack looks like maybe we got some guys back there just taking it easy, trying to stay out of any messes and saving it for later in the race.
Oh, absolutely. You got guys sitting there riding around the back. They don't want to get caught in the big one, so there's a lot of strategy played here at Daytona. You can either ride up front or ride in the back. If you ride in the middle, it's where you get all the trouble.
23 is getting a big push from the 38.
And of course, as a quick reminder here for everybody watching, they do those segments. The first segment should be on lap 25. Second segment will end at lap 50, with the finish being right at 100. We might be just a tick off because of the 4 wide salute, but we'll help keep you guys informed there. All right, we got some movement up high. Looks like got a little bit of shuffling back in the pack. Couple of 2 wide, almost 3 wide there for a little bit. Looks like it might have calmed down. Everybody's starting to get settled back down. But just a little bit of a hairy moment there for, I believe, is the 91 car.
User left your channel.
Of course, everybody up front single file here. Got a few people starting to poke a nose back towards the back of the pack. We've got the number 04 and 25 starting to get a draft up top here on each other. Trying to make something work here. I know everybody wants to keep it nice and clean, but it's awful hard to stay in a straight line.
Yeah, they're getting a little racy. They're feeling everybody out now. The pack's starting to tighten up and starting to see the high groove. It's starting to take form, and it looks like they're starting to get a run. They're going to be coming out the leaders. They get a good push here coming off turn 2, going down the backstretch. It looks like the 04 is right now in the lead, but they're basically
Absolutely, and I tell you what, that formed up pretty quick there. That's the 04 of Katie Height, followed by the 25 of Mitchell Brown in the outside lane. And they were about 6 cars back when they jumped to the high side. And they really made that outside lane move.
Looks like the 25 car dropping below the 04 of Katie Height to try to take the lead.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to get a little racy up front here. So, I mean, just keep your eyes peeled, gentlemen, and hopefully everybody keeps it clean here. But we got some good racing up front right now.
Yep, that we do, Troy. Looks like the, I think it was the 12 made it 3 wide, and that was going out of turn 4 in the tri-oval. But yeah, he made a nice little move, getting in 3 wide and then shooting up into the high line. He was getting the, I'm sorry, he was coming into turn 3 when he did that. My bad.
Yeah, no problem. And of course, again, just following some of the guys a little further back, we've got a group of about, looks like 7 or 8 cars. It looks like maybe they're playing the game of just backing up and staying. They're about 4 or 5 seconds off the pace here, but, I'm sure they're just back there hanging out and just waiting for something to unfold.
I'm sure they are. They're waiting for that. Sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes when that big one hits and you're sitting in the back, it bites you in the butt.
Absolutely. If you guys look at Mitchell Brown, the number 25 car, he actually started in 15th, and looks like he's running first now. So it looks like he's got a pretty strong car at the start of this race.
Absolutely, Chris. I think I was just on the same thought pattern as you there. I was just looking at where some of these cars started. We've definitely had some, you know, a lot of these guys up in the top 7 are now, you know, guys started mid 15s. Got a couple of them that are starting to work their way up from the late 20s too, that are starting to get up there.
That's the nice thing about Daytona. You can be far back as 30th, or within a half a lap, you can be leading this race. I mean, if you get that draft, you can go right to the front real quick. By 2. Pretty amazing how well they're staying within this draft. It's a very good driver. Really glad to see driving with the USSR.
Absolutely, and I've seen 24 car. He's changed lanes about 3 times right now, making some aggressive moves. Nothing overly so, but he's trying to find that fast lane and trying to get up as quick as he can.
And 3 laps, radio silence at technically lap 15 of the race. It'll be 1 lap that we do in quiet silence.
While we're waiting on that lap 15, we've got a second groove. Looks like they're starting to form up again, getting some good tight drafting. Starting to make a little move on the lead here. Leading the outside lane is going to be the number 1 at Darren Walker. Getting some pretty heavy pushes with the number 12 of James Helms there. They're starting to make some headway.
That they are. It's number 4. Height. Gosh, right there, giving a 25 a portion. Get a nice run on that high line. Beautiful thing to watch.
Absolutely, got some great movement up here. Got an extra addition to that outside lane. The number 23 just jumped right up, making a good push here for the outside. Looks like 23 might have a run to get to the front.
He has. The corner 25 is able to get that push and take it back. But just like Daytona, it's amazing how many changes we'll have.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, definitely to watch this at a 25 and 14 combo. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They were the first ones to test out that high side. They charged their way forward. Now they seem like everybody's having a hard time really making any headway on the outside of them. So they're a good team. Although now we got the 14 just moved up, try to make a run, and looks like the 25 might be hung out to dry on the inside.
Absolutely, you gotta get a bunch of cars behind you to get that push. You gotta do a little side drafting as well. It's like the outside got their ducks in a row and pushed 3 cars past the leader.
Number 4, Pretty Hate It, is now in the lead. And the one thing I like about this, guys, agriculture. I like to see this.
Looks like from 18th going back. Looks like you got about an 8-car draft going on. They're about 9 seconds away from the leader. They don't want to get too far back in case this thing stays green.
We've already had 6 lead changes in this race in 15 laps. That's just amazing already.
Looks like we got the number 38 machine of Thomas Harriman. Looks like he had some heavy damage. He might have hit the wall and looks like it blew a motor. Yes, sir. Looks like he hit the wall and blew the motor. Just a tough early break for him.
Absolutely, and it's starting to get pretty hairy up here. You got the 14 and the 24 side by side for first place, and you got 3 wide, 2 rows deep back there behind them. So it's definitely starting to ramp up here as we get towards the end of this first segment, gentlemen.
That it is. That it is. Business is starting to pick up. It's getting pretty squirrely up front with the leaders between Katie, Cody, and Dave. All 3 of them trying to get those points.
Absolutely, and it's it's definitely interesting watching this, just because we're not used to running the segments like these guys are. Hey, it's not a bad idea. You can drop half a lap back here, just knowing that you've got that lap 25 segment coming up. But if you don't want to be involved in that, you stay out, and you're not going to worry about going a lap down necessarily.
Exactly it. What I like about it is let's use Martin Truex for example. Say you don't finish the race, but man, you can pick up some major points. That's nice.
Oh, absolutely. And, just sitting here watching these guys, I'm really impressed with SRC and how all their drivers are doing. We've had some good hard racing, a ton of lead changes already here. Seen 3 wide racing, but I haven't really seen anybody force anything. I mean, seems like everybody's had good, respectful racing, and, you might have somebody shove it in a little bit, but it's nothing that I've felt has been egregious at this point.
No, I haven't seen nothing that I don't think any normal race car driver would find obnoxious. I've actually enjoyed this racing. It's been hard, it's been fast.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the leaders are coming into pit. Everybody's coming into pit. Oh, but someone's staying out.
Oh, you got one spinning. Can he save it? It's the 0-1.
As long as he hits, yeah, he got back down before he hit that cone, so it looks like he'll avoid a penalty there, maybe. It looks like everybody's trying to come in here before that, before pit road closes, before that segment ends, and see, I'm not sure. Looks like maybe 4 tires and fuel on it. Pretty much everybody I'm seeing right now.
That's what it looks like. Everybody's taking 4 tires and fuel.
We'll see a couple more coming in a bit now. We still looks like we still got 3 leaders staying out with Joe Petrich, Rich Sodwich, and Jason Fluffy Garrett.
Absolutely. I think Joe, Rich, and Jason actually were some of the ones that were hanging back just a little bit, not getting too racy. So this is a chance to get up here, lead a few laps, and I'm sure they're going to all have to come in and pit too. But yeah, it's been some good green flag racing. Hopefully this doesn't spread out the field too much before this segment ends.
And I'm thinking they might be trying to get some segment points. Other drivers might not be concerned about segment points, but I'm thinking these 3 might be looking to try to score some segment points to help their point status.
Absolutely, and gentlemen, I'm seeing. Oh, actually, here they come down to the pits. Jason, Fluffy Garrett. Yep, Jason's spinning, and looks like he's going to be okay, but probably has a pit road speeding penalty there along with that.
I'm guessing he's probably going to have a pit road speeding penalty on that one. If he doesn't have a pit road speeding penalty, I'd be shocked.
But the good thing is, again, it is Daytona, so even if he's got that penalty, he'll probably still be able to recover before that segment ends. Doesn't look like he really got any damage, kept it out of the wall, so I'm sure when that segment hits, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine too. That was definitely some gnarly driving there by the Fluffy one.
It looks like you might have had some pit row strategy in that first set of pit stops. You got 3 cars at breakaway. Next car behind them is 3 seconds behind them, so there could be some early pit strategy going on.
Definitely could be. The way this race has gone, I mean, this definitely could be a fuel mileage race. So, you never know. You look at it, we've already spread this field out. Hasn't been any caution. We're 22 laps into Daytona. One caution to speak of yet.
Oh no, absolutely. They've done some fantastic racing here, and I believe the segment end will be lap 30, end of lap 32. So right now, what we're seeing up here front, it's a 3-car race between the 23, the 14, and the 24. Pretty much the same crew we saw up there to begin with.
That's exactly what I'm showing you.
Actually, just getting some information here. Looks like lap 33 will be segment end. So.
We'll also have to keep an eye on the front 3, see if anyone jumps out of line to try and get that little win, get those stage points.
I'd be intrigued to see if anybody goes for that. If anybody, I see the 24 might try to do that. He's trying to keep himself a little bit back, so maybe he can, get that pull and try to steal the segment.
Everything's nice and spread out, pretty much 10 seconds back to 15. You'll have a couple of cars that are running up next to each other and then a good spacing back. Worst case scenario here, looks like we've got still 23 cars on the lead lap. Just a quick update on Jason Garrett after that spin on pit road. He's 29 seconds back, but looks like he's going to end the segment on the lead lap, which will be good news to him, I'm sure.
Exactly. And as we continue following this, the 3 leaders, the 23, the 4, and the 24.
And if I'm correct, gentlemen, I think that this is actually the white flag lap of the segment. Right now, you've got that 23 up front with the 04 of Katie Height and the 24 of Cody Fowler. Looks like right now we just shuffled up a little bit, the 23, the 24, then the 14, heading down the back straightaway. They're trying to get a run on them. Because the 24, the hard move down on the inside, bumps into the 23 just a little bit. That's going to give some momentum change. Maybe the 14 can get up here and really push for the segment win right now. Coming out of 4 down to the what should be the checkered flag in this segment. Looks like it's going to be the 24, the 23, then the 14. Looks like wrapping up that segment in 4th place will be Rick Schwent, Joshua Powell in 5th, James Wilms in 6th, Devin Sarah 7th, Mitchell Brown 8th, Frank DiMaggio 9th, and James Walker appears to wrap out that top 10.
And with that, the first segment is finished.
Definitely had some great racing. Had a couple of hairy moments there on that white flag lap coming to the segment end, but it was all well and done, and they all came together well there for the finish.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit farther back in the back and watching the number 25 machine, and it looks like he got bumped going in turn 3, and looks like there's a little crash, but no caution, and it looks like he had a little rear end damage.
That's a shame for the 25. I mean, hopefully it's not too serious, but I know he was strong earlier, so.
Yeah, hopefully his team can beat that rear bumper back down and get him back to the front. Looks like he might be a strong pusher and strong for being pushed, though. He should have no problem getting back to the front.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing I noticed earlier in the year when we were running here is, a little bit of rear end damage wasn't the end of the world. We had some guys who were still able to run up front with some pretty good rear end damage.
Yeah, as you see, a bunch of the leaders come in and take pit road, take some tires, take some fuel. Looks like the 23 has a little bit of left front damage, so hopefully his team can beat that back down and get him good to go.
Yeah, I think that left front damage may be from that little bit of incident with the 24 on the final lap. 24 kind of went below the apron a little bit. They got together just a tick. So I'm just taking a guess that might be where that is. But, he's got a good opportunity right now with the spacing that they might be okay to get that fixed right now and not lose too much position.
Absolutely. So, a couple 2-tire stoppers here.
User
so number 20 machine.
Your number 20 is Devin Sarah leading the way out of the pits with Ryan. Actually, the 20, then back to the 01 for the 04 Katie Height, and then the 24 car.
Looks like the 23 car had a little bit extra stop. Looks like they had to fix that damage on the left front, so hopefully they get it fixed and see him back up to the front.
Gentlemen, I'm going to have to step out for just a second. I'll be back in a minute.
User left your channel. Microphone activated.
With segment 1 finished. Getting ready to go into segment 2, another 25 lap shootout. Be interested to see what happens here. Cars that pitted, cars that stayed out. It's definitely going to be interesting to see this second segment, how this plays out.
Absolutely. But you got Cody Fowler winning the first segment.
Yes, he had a great run there in that first segment. Second segment.
But with Cody Fowler winning that first segment, let's pull him in and see if we have a quick second to talk to him.
User was moved to your channel.
Cody Fowler, Chris and Rick in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes.
All right, bud, your car looked really strong there. What can you say about the race so far?
That's pretty. Move on for the stage win, and he wasn't too happy with me, but he blocked me below the line, so I had to. But we got the win, that's all that matters.
Oh, absolutely. Those stage points really do matter in this series. So your car looks strong, looks fast, and hopefully you didn't get too much damage and keep that thing up in the front.
Nope, no optional, nothing. I'm good.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
And now it's Cody Fowler, 24 Chevrolet. He said he's pretty happy with this car, so hopefully we'll see what he can do.
And as we get ready to start stage 2, the lights are off the pace car. Right now we have the number 20 of Devin Serra, followed by John Pensula, Katie Hyatt, and Cody Fowler pick up the top 4.
User joined your channel.
And we're green flag racing again.
Looks like we got the number 1 car, John Pensula, getting a push from the number 24 car. But you get the inside line, you get that good run off the turn to the inside. Let's see what the inside line can do here. Looks like you got Jason Fluffy Garrett in the 8th position after that spin coming on the pit road. Looks like he's rebounded very well, and he's looking to make another pass.
Fluffy's worked his way up to 5th place now. Gonna run for the lead. Fluffy one. Back to the cars all starting back to the file.
Yeah, I'm sure old Pops is looking down on old Fluffy and telling him to get on going, put that Skull Bandit car to the front.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Taking single file. Nobody wants to push to get another segment.
Yeah, so let's do a quick rundown of the top 10 here. First, we got Devin Sierra in the number 20 machine. You got Katie Height in the 04 machine. Darren Walker in 3rd. Cody Fowler still in 4th here. Jason Fluffy Garrett sitting in 5th. Jonathan Shipman is up to 6th. John Pensula is up to 7th. Bernard Pearson is up to 8th. Terry Dennett up to 9th. And Justin Morton ran out the top 10.
We got Joshua Poe. He is in 11th. Rich Winnett. He's in 12th. He is in 13th, excuse me. 12th, excuse me. Oh no, he is in 13th, sorry. 14th, we have Brian Bells. 15th, James Walker. 16th, Frank Franco. 17th, Brian Wortman. 18th, Thomas. 19th, Mitchell Brown.
Oh, we got Fluffy spin on the inside. I'm not sure what happened there. Just got all sideways. And we have a yellow flag flown.
let's take a replay, see what happened here with Fluffy. Everything seems all right right now. Oh, the 4 car came down on him and hit him and put him sideways. But like you said, it doesn't look like he hit anything. Just slapped on the tires, go in, get some new tires, and should be able to make up some those positions.
Absolutely. So his car still looks in very good shape. He's shown right there he can go to the front. He's also an aggressive driver, so you might see him push a couple guys up to the front with him. So he's going to be one to watch right now in this segment.
That he is. That he is.
Microphone muted.
See a couple pitters coming down pit road.
Absolutely. Looks like pit road's starting to get a little bit busier. The 24 and the 23 hopping out from
Microphone
the
activated.
lead and just taking a advantage to get some fresh tires on there right now.
User left your channel.
Of course, Chris, I missed just a little bit there right there. Looks like I saw maybe Jason Garrett and Jonathan Thomas are involved in the caution. Or Jason Brizik?
No, Jason Garrett was running on the bottom line, and him and Katie Height just got together, just a little side drafting, and just a little contact spin on the inside, but no harm, no foul on that one. That's what I've seen. I'm not sure what else happened in the back of the pack.
You know, actually, I'm going to go back and watch. I know I saw a note from the 91 of Jason Brizik saying he had too much damage and is done. So I'm going to go back and watch the replay and see if maybe there was a little bit more involved there. But you know, we'll definitely we'll keep everybody updated if I catch anything. So it looks like maybe we got a couple laps here to go. Of course, Devin Sarah is going to be leading the way to Katie Height again, Darren Walker third, John Pensilla fourth, and Bernard Person in fifth. I'm starting to definitely see a few of those guys who started towards the back moving pretty good, or pretty well forward here. Lights appear to be still on the pace car, so it's going to be another lap at least here before we get the one to go.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been interesting. You got a lot of aggressive driving, you got a lot of safe driving. So you got Fluffy that got put to the back, so he's going to be a good one to watch.
Absolutely, and actually, I think we might have Fluffy in the channel there. Jason, you here right now?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. How's it looking out there tonight?
It's pretty good. I mean, there's a few guys that are being a little aggressive, but other than that, it's been pretty clean so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I just kind of caught a tail end of there. You got any damage, or are you still cleaning right now?
No, just did a little pirouette down the backstretch there, kept her clean, put 4 fresh ones on her, and see if we can get back to the front right here, get some stage points.
Absolutely, man. I'm sure you will be just fine there. Looks like us still got a little ways to go on the stage, so you got some time to make up there. But you're looking strong so far.
Yeah, this old Skull Bandit here, she's running pretty good, and we got about 10 laps here to finish out this stage. So we're going to put her to the wood and see if we can get back up there.
Absolutely. Looks like this stage is going to be ending at, if I'm doing my math right, should be lap 58 according to lap counter. So yeah, we got about, actually it looks like maybe 12 laps to go here in this stage.
How you looking out there on fuel, Fluffy? You think these leaders will have to pit it again?
With this caution, fuel should not be an issue to finish out the stage. You can go about 22, 23 laps on the tank of fuel with this car. So fuel won't be the issue right now. It's just going to be, this is pretty much going to be your definition of your short track shootout trophy dash. So it'll be interesting. I plan on getting to the top real quick right here. Got a fast race car, so that'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let you go over there, Jason. But hey, good luck out there, bud, and thanks for coming up in here with us tonight.
Appreciate it.
Looks like lights are off in the pace car. Everybody is double filing as they come through 1 and 2 right now. So we should be getting back going here, green, in just a second.
Yeah, I'll do a quick rundown of the top 5. You got Devin Sarah sitting P1, Katie Height on the outside in the pink 04 machine. Darren Walker behind Devin. You got John Pensula, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, running 4th. And Bernard Pearson right out the top 5.
So he's sitting 6th as we get ready to come to green. Terry Dennett, 7th. Rick Schwint, 8th. James Wilms, 9th. Frank DiMaggio, 10th. Jonathan Shipman. Of course, a little bit bigger picture here, guys. It appears that as we get ready to head towards the end in the chase points right now, we've got Jonathan Shipman leading the points. He's running back in 10th. I'm sure he's got a strong car, just kind of in the mix right now. Frank DiMaggio 2nd, Cody Fowler 3rd, Devin Sarah 4th, and Katie Height in 5th. So pretty much what I'm seeing right now on the track is the guys who are up front seem to be up there in points too.
And it looks like the green flag is flown. And you got Devin jump up to a huge lead.
That was a beautiful start by Devin. Let's see what he can do with that. Katie Heights on the outside. Seems to be working that high side all day. Working for him.
User joined your channel.
Absolutely, yeah, it has. But you know, looks like everybody kind of fell in single file there. Nobody could really get anything going on the high side there until we get some momentum up. Although here's Katie Height taking a peek out in that 04 pink machine. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go with her, so she might fall back like a stone here.
Absolutely. If you pop out, you got to have someone with you, or else you're going to get freight trained here.
Holding her own though on the outside there. I mean, you know, oh, the 24s come outside to help. Let's see what kind of run the two can get through against the 24 outside.
Right now, still single file heading through the back stretch, although we got a little bit working on the high side back here. Going Katie Height in 24. I know she's been drafting a little bit with him today, so we're going to see if they might stick there on the outside or if they're going to try to get something more working. Definitely nothing, nobody acting too antsy right now at this point. Everybody's single file through the front. Looks like about the top 7 or 8. Get the 23 and the 42 side by side coming down the back straightaway. And that's about it right now, gentlemen. Everybody minding their P's and Q's as we get ready to make that last run. Looks like we got about 8 laps left before we take the checkered flag for that second segment.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's just trying to get their make that last push. Nobody's really stepping out to see what they really can get right now. As they say that the 04 and the 24 step out to the high sides, make it a run.
Absolutely, and you know, just from watching, I'm thinking the 04 is taking the Kyle Larson groove around here. Every time I see somebody on the outside, it's the 04 and the 24.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like those guys, they work well together, but you got the inside line all bunched up together, so we'll see how the two cars face against the other cars.
Come back into the picture here, of course, we're seeing the number 12 machine of James Wilms. He kind of fell back there for a little bit, and that nice throwback scheme, making his way back forward towards the front. It's like about 8-car breakaway there at the front. Everybody's single file, so we should see the pack close up here before the second ends.
Can't wait to see what we're going to get for a run for the checker for the end of the stage.
Hey, if they can, I think that we should be good to go green here without any pit stops after that mid-race caution. So, you know, we had a great run to the checkered for that first segment with only 3 cars. I'd like to see it in with that 7, 8, 10 cars in that front draft. That's some great racing there.
Well, it's definitely going to be exciting.
Oh yeah. You might see some pit strategy go on too. You might see people in the back, you know, come in and take some fuel and tires before the segment ends.
Probably wouldn't be too bad an idea. You know, the only thing that I'm thinking, if they do that, we've still got a good bit of running here in this third segment to do, so I'm not sure how much will help whether get them a little track position immediately, but definitely would be sacrificing some segment points if they're in contention.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the only thing I see that doing is I think fuel now third segment, instead of it being a 2-stop race, and turning it more into a 3-stop race. So watch that.
Absolutely.
And as we're doing that, we looks like we almost have a battle for the lead. The 12 car getting pushed by the 04 of Katie Height. And there looks like they got a 3-car breakaway on the outside, pushing very well.
Yeah, we definitely got some good racing. They finally got that outside lane to work. I know they're a little bit spread out right now, so if they can get back closer, a little bit closer together here, they might be able to make a hard charge and get some laps led here in that outside lane. Starting to get a little bit antsy in the back, you know, towards the back of this group. Got some 2, 3 wide racing people trying to make some moves. One of the immediate ones we're seeing here, the 01. Looks like he just made a couple aggressive moves trying to get up there, trying to get some stage points. Looking back up front, more of the same, except actually that outside lane finally made it work. Number 12 took the lead. Katie Height and the 24 actually have kept making the move. The 12 jumped down to the inside lane, and looks like that might actually cost him the lead here, as for Katie Height, looks like she might have led that lap from the outside lane.
And she did, Troy. Looks like the inside's in that push. You only got 2 cars on the outside, and we seen that earlier. They just fell back to the back. So hopefully they can get a couple cars out there and make the outside push again.
You know, you're definitely going to see the emotions ramp up, the aggressive moves ramp up. We are now on lap 56, so it looks like coming to the start-finish line, we're going to have 2 more full laps of racing before that segment ends. So, you know, hopefully everybody can keep it clean, and we can have a nice, nice field coming to the third segment, but it's definitely going to be a hard press here to end this one.
Yes, sir. It looks like the pit road is now closed, so no more pit stops.
Of course, again with this chase series, you know, wins are paramount in this thing. I mean, you know, you win and you're locked into the chase, and so right now we've got 6 cars locked into the chase for the championship, and you know they're working hard. Of course, segment wins are going to get you points, but it's not going to necessarily lock you in. But I know they're trying to get every point they can from that segment. Coming around.
If you're locking the chase, man, it doesn't matter. If you can get those points to help you in there, it's going to be a lot coming to the last race of the season.
Absolutely. White flag is out here for this segment. Right now, we've got the number 12 car taking the lead. That would be James Williams with Darren Walker in the number 1, close behind him, outside lane. They're trying to make it work. Again, we got the number 20 car, followed by Katie Height in the outside lane, trying to get something working. Lap car up high. Hopefully that doesn't affect anybody.
Yeah, it looks like the 20 car took the lead for a little bit, but the inside line, going through the corners, getting that push.
Oh, contact made.
Uh-oh.
Very nice save by the 1 car. He's just going to dump it down on pit road. Looks like coming to the win. 20 might have got it.
Yes, the 20 car, followed by the 12, the 4, the 27, 24 will be top.
Actually, gentlemen, according to the live leaderboard, it looks like it may have been James Wilms, and the number 12 got it by 1,000th of a second.
Wow, that's some good racing right there.
That's what I am showing, the 12, the 20, the 27, and the 4.
Just an absolute heck of a finish there. Couldn't have been any closer. Some great racing. Of course, had a little bit of contact, but everybody kept it clean and safe. And we got a great field here to make this last run.
Excuse me.
Looks like pit road might be open here. I'm going to guess we're probably going to have most everybody taking here. Number 20 leader looks like he's peeling off with everybody followed.
Oh yeah, you know, I kind of figured everybody was going to be coming down to get fuel and tires.
Oh, absolutely. You got to get some fuel and tires. Now we'll have to see if anybody short spits to try to make it a little faster race for them.
Your channel.
But yes, officially, the number 12 of James Wilms is the segment 2 winner.
All right, so this is the James Wilms, number 12, taking that segment. Of course, number 24, Cody Fowler, took the earlier segment. Of course, I mean, both of those, I've seen a lot out of their cars. Looks like they're exceptionally racy. And looks like they're up there in the points, too. So definitely, you know, they've had good seasons and continuing it tonight at Daytona.
Yes, sir. There's been a lot of clean races going on so far, and they ain't made a big one, so everybody's kept their cool, kept their heads, and we'll see what these last 50 laps have to bring to us.
So as we approach the last segment, notice each segment's getting a little bit more dicier. I'm gonna say we're gonna see 2 cautions in this last segment. What do you guys think?
You know, I'm going to have to say much of the same. they've done a great job so far, and I hope I'm wrong, but definitely it had started ramping up. We saw some really aggressive moves being made. Fortunately, we had a couple of absolutely great saves by the drivers that really kept us from having a big one there in the first and 2 segments. But I'd like to say that it stays clean and green, but man, that's going to be tough as that win is looming around the corner.
User left your channel.
That's exactly right.
And with James Williams being the Stage 2 winner, I want to get him down here and talk to him real fast.
User was moved to your channel.
James, Rick, Chris, and Troy in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, the car looks good. The car looks strong, looks fast. What can you say about the race and your car so far?
So far so good. We're hanging in there. We ain't got no incidents. Car feels really good. Surprised. That was a good race there for that segment in. But we're doing good. Hopefully we're going to get a win here.
Oh, absolutely. We was watching the race. Looks like you won that save about 1,000th of a second. So it's definitely tight racing, and looks like you had a strong car to win this one.
Yeah, that was tight. I lost Darren in the number 1 back there. He got bumped by that 20, and after that I had to kind of block him up in the middle lane there, make him force him high. So I think that's what got me. Otherwise, if I would have stayed low, he would have had to draft off.
Absolutely, Rick. This is Troy here. James, I'm sorry, not Rick. James, what are you seeing out of the aggression there? We were just kind of talking about how it seems to be ramping up here as we get further and further along in the race. What are you seeing out there?
The stages is what brings the aggression. We get towards the end of that stage, and yeah, the aggression really flies. It'll be pretty mellow, I think, until we get close to, I don't know, 15-10 to go.
Absolutely. Well, of course, again, congratulations on that stage win, and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us here in the tower for a minute.
Thank you, sir.
And that was James Williams, the number 12 machine.
Looks like lights are off on the pace car. We are doubling up here again for the start, coming down the back straightaway. Devin Serra leading the way, James Williams second, Cody Fowler third, Bernard Person fourth, fifth, and Katie Height.
6th, we got Jonathan Shipman, John Pinsla in 7th. And 8th, we got Frank DiMangio. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. 9th is Rich Subwich, and falling out the top 10 is Josh Poe.
Heading up 11th place is Jason Fluffy Garrett, 12th Justin Morton, 13th James Walker, 14th Terry Dennett, 15th Brian Valleys, 16th Jonathan Thomas, Mitchell Brown, 17th Darren Walker, 18th, and last car on the lead lap, Brian Wortman, 19th, as we head down for the green flag. Chris, take it away.
The pace car is off, and the green flag is flown, and you got Devin with a huge jump, along with Cody Fowler right behind him. Then you got Katie Height right behind them. So those are the insides. You get a pretty good push, but you got the outside line coming little by little right now.
It's a little better start. Oh, we got
little
contact at 20. Looks like really nice save on her part. Drop like a rock, but you know, everybody kept that clean and green. Whew, that was a hairy moment.
Absolutely, that was a heck of a save by the number 20 machine there.
I think the best part for him, man, he really just about ate it, and that would have taken out most of the field, but he kept it below that line, and it looks like he might even stay in the lead draft on that.
Yeah, it was a good piece of driving by him. Looks like the top 6, 7 cars are all single file right now. Just trying to take off some laps, maybe trying to save a little fuel to make the one more stop race.
going back watching a replay on that, looked like, of course, everybody getting up through the gears, getting up to speed. 20 might have left just a little bit of room. 24 looks like they went and bumped, drafted, just wasn't quite squared up. So just one of those racing things I'm thinking, but definitely a great save by everybody.
Absolutely. It looks like the 20 car kind of slid off the bottom a little bit, and the 24 car just tried to, take what wasn't there, but everybody's still good. Everybody's still racing, and see what
Yeah, it looked like it was going to get pretty racy there for a few minutes, everybody side by side, and then it looks like when he got sideways, everybody backed out. So we're nice single file, everybody minding their P's and Q's for now.
Yes, sir. And after the spin on pit road and the spin on the backstretch, you got Jason Fluffy Garrett sitting in 8th position. He's still there, so we should keep an eye on him and see what he's going to do.
Absolutely, yeah. It's we'll see how everything goes. I know we're going to be going. It should be lap 108. Should be the finish of the race. We're going on lap 67, so we've got at least one more pit stop, more than likely 2 on this run. After all the craziness of that start, settle down. Our segment 1 winner, or segment 2 winner, James Williams, is leading the way. Bernard Person in 2nd. Segment 1 winner, Cody Fowler, in 3rd. So those guys are staying up there really well. Jonathan Shipman and Katie Height. It seems like it's the same top 5 all night so far.
Absolutely, and that's something we ain't talked about very much. Is Bernard Person. He's been keeping his car clean, making good pit calls. Looks like he's being pretty smart right now and sitting in 2nd position, so he's got a good chance to win this race.
I think he was one of the ones that was just hanging out in the back most of the race, right up front with the leaders.
That is correct. I was keeping an eye on him early. He did not post qualifying time, so I think that was his game plan. Was he just wanted to hang out, stay away from the mess, and keep it clean, which he has done. I mean, honestly, just about everybody's done so far.
Absolutely. Looks like he wants to jump on the outside of that 12 car, but he's not too sure if the 24 will go with him. Like you said, if you get hung on the outside, you're going to the back.
And the way this field is set up, you're going to go back and he's going to go back fast. He made the move to the outside, and just like we said, nobody's going with him.
No, absolutely not. We're gonna, he's gonna drop from 2nd to probably 8th or 9th before we get settled in.
You might see someone at the end of this pack jump up and see if they make a little charge on the outside. Maybe somebody like the 55 or Rich Switch or Jason Fluffy Garrett.
I was kind of expecting to see Fluffy maybe take that risk and go out there with him, but
well, the only thing I was seeing there, just because the lack of draft there on the outside, I think the 27's momentum was not good enough that it wouldn't have worked well right there anyway. But we got a pass for the lead currently right now. Looks like the 12 car might be hung out, but we got some help coming in the form of the 01 and the 55 to try to get up there and make this a little bit of a race.
Yeah, you got the 01 of John Pensla and the 12 of James Williams teammates, so maybe they hook them things together and push their way back up to the front.
And 24 has gotten himself to the point.
It looks like 24, he's trying to stick with who got him there. He's up on the high side trying to help those guys. Oh, we got contact.
Contact made.
That's the number 12 sideways. He's up. Contact into the wall.
You have the
big one. Oh.
We got the number 42 involved. The 25. Looked like for a second he might have had that one saved. 12 looks like he came back up on the track. Got into the 42. Also involved in that one is going to be the number 1, the number 420, the 44.
The 27 of Bernard, he was running second. Looks like he might got a little contact on the side.
Some number 77 and 52 also involved. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the big one for the
User left
night.
your channel.
I say this really benefits guys. Devin Sarah, he started on the outside and you know, got shuffled back with that contact on the restart. So he can come and take some tires and be back in the lead draft and make himself a contender again.
Absolutely, but you know, that just shows, you know, you can take these segment wins, and the segment wins are nice, but man, we just lost one of our segment winners there. It looks like he's got a engine slightly toasting down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he was barbecuing it as he was heading into the pits.
Tough break for James.
Look who's right up there in 5th place now after that bringing up the first caution of the race. Fluffy Garrett's there in 5th place.
Troy, with you being a race car driver yourself, what do you think you should do here? Should you come in and take tires and fuel, or do you think you should stay out and make it a one more stop race?
You know, for me, at Daytona, it's not going to matter too much. I just like 4 tires and fuel every time here. You know, I mean, if it was late in the race, yeah, you'd really try to look at some pit strategy, but I'd take 4 tires and fuel. These guys up front, like the 24 and the 04, they've been strong enough all night. Even if somebody sneaks in on 2 tires, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to work their way back up. Looks like we had one car may have missed his pit stall. Looks like Jason Fluffy Garrett may have taken 2 tires here to lead the way out of pit road. 24 right behind him.
Fluffy must think he has a pretty strong car to be out front, and see what that clean air can do for him. He's shown he's had a strong car all night, and he wants to be up in front, so we'll see what he can do.
Absolutely, and you know, I don't think the 2 tires are going to hurt anybody here at this point. It looks like we might have had a couple of cars stay out, but the 2 tires really aren't going to hurt anybody here. We've only probably got about 8 cars that are clean right now without damage, so.
Yeah, looks like you got the 89 car that stayed out and lead a lap, so you get the extra little bonus point. It's a good looking Dale Earnhardt throwback scheme there he's got going on.
Exactly, so you've got him. Let's see if he pits here, but you definitely got a few of the lap cars that are behind him and Jason Garrett, so looks like 89 is going to be pitting this time.
Yeah, it looks like the 97 might have an old Busch throwback scheme, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, one of the coolest things that I'm seeing here on this race, of course, we get all of the notes and everything that the drivers are sending back to each other. And, you know, I'm just seeing so many well wishes for the Scala family and, you know, prayers for Pops. And, you know, they know where he's at. And they know, you know, it's just neat seeing the camaraderie behind everybody.
Absolutely. Well, we're in a caution here. Let's pull Jason Fluffy Garrett back down here again and see what he thinks of his car and how it's running.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Jason, it's Chris, Rick, and Troy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, man, the car looks good. Yeah, it looks like you might have took 2 tires and back out front. What do you think the car can do up there?
Now we got some clean air on the nose. We ought to be all right. The traffic's just, it's a mess back there. But, yeah, we got her up front now, and we're going to stay up here the rest of the day.
Oh, absolutely, man. I bet you Pops is up smiling ear to ear right now seeing that Skull Bandit car up front. Like I said, our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends and everybody, and obviously he's a close guy to you, and I'm sure a lot of guys in this field.
Yeah, the whole point of this race is to pay tribute to him, and I'm just honored to be able to put this car in the front right now, and hopefully we can park it where it belongs tonight.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be pretty neat to see this thing roll into this funeral, with the holding the checker flag, so the car looks good. Any extra advice you can give us on what you're going to do the rest of the night?
Just hang on, enjoy the show. It's going to get interesting.
So you got about 22, 23 laps there, Fluffy. You got enough to go the distance, or is it basically just no matter what you're going the distance?
It's going to depend a lot on how we ran, and if I'm the leader, I can. It's going to be a guessing game. There's going to be a lot of chess played right here at the start of this run, it's Daytona, man. You never know what's going to happen, especially with these group of guys. It's going to be a hard race, so buckle down. I'm going to pull them tight real quick, and we're going to go racing.
All right, buddy, get it done. All right, pal.
Thank you.
Lights are off in the pace car as we come around the back straightaway. Green flag this time by with Jason Garrett leading 24 car in second. With the number 04 of Katie Height in third.
Yeah, she's been up front all day, her and the 24 car, Cody Fowler, so we shall see what they're going to do. If they might hook up and move Jason to the outside or just hang back here.
I'd be intrigued to see who kind of just hangs back there so that they can get the draft so they can save gas. Because, if you get into the draft, you don't have to use so much gas to save. You're just going to use more compared to everybody else.
Absolutely. You got the number 20 car, Devin Sarah. He was leading us straight to green, and he got pushed out of the way. So maybe keep an eye on him and see if he makes some moves back up to the front.
Okay. The pace car should be getting ready to take that left turn down pit road. And it has it's down pit road. And green flag is waving again at Daytona. The 73 and the 24 are basically tied coming into turns 1.
So you got the 04 car, Katie Height, pushing Fluffy to the lead. Looks like she's a pretty good pusher. We'll have to see if she'll jump out of the line in front of the 24 car or stay behind him.
Fluffy got a good push coming out of turns 2. 73 and the 04 pretty much cleared the high line.
Yeah, look at the number 44 car, Justin Morton. He started 22nd. He's up to, looks battling for third, so looks like he got a pretty strong car late. And on the back of this pack, you've got the number 20 of Devin Sierra trying to make a couple moves here.
One of the things I'll be curious to watch here in Justin Morton appears that he's actually got some front end damage. So if he's able to work his way up there, take the lead, see if he's able to really lead at all with that front end damage, or if he's just going to be able to push right now. Was doing a nice job there as he pushes Jason Garrett to the lead.
Fluffy made a nice little move up high, take some air off the 04, and cuts right back down, get in front of the 44 car.
Yeah, Troy, it looks like the 44 car has a little bit of left front damage. It shouldn't be too much damage, but like I said, Daytona is very aerodynamic, so we shall see how it performs behind the 73 machine.
Definitely two distinct packs right now as they run. Looks like the second group might be one of the groups that had some damage there from that earlier wreck. So, if it holds up like this, looks like we got about 8 cars in that lead draft.
That 44 car, he wants to take a run at it, but I think he realizes he's got some damage and he cuts right back in.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think he wants to wreck the leader or anything, cause another big one and take a lot of the fast guys out of contention. But like I said, he started in the back and he's looking strong now, so we shall see what he wants to do.
Same thing we've seen all night right now. Everybody's kind of settled in. The 04 and the 24 are trying to make that high line work. Starting to get a little bit of run. She's just about at the second place there alongside the 44. So if they can just get that 20 car to pull up and give them a little more something, they'll be able to really get that outside lane working.
The outside lane's fast on the front stretch and the back stretch, but when it comes to the turns, the inside lane's the place to be.
And I tell you what, that 04 is committed to the high side. She just had an opportunity to tuck down low, and she just, stayed out there. So she is bound and determined with that 24 car to make that lane work tonight. Looks like number 27 of Bernard Person has lost that front draft. So second group seems to have paired up pretty well with each other. So hopefully he'll fall back in and be able to get them moving so they can catch back up to that front group.
We got our top 7. That's basically, you can put a blanket over them. That's how tight they are.
Absolutely, they all look fast, running great. With 25 laps to go, it looks like for a pretty interesting finish.
We definitely got some yo-yoing here between this bottom and the top lanes. That top lane had gotten just about up to Jason Garrett, and then momentum loss. They're back into about 4th, 5th, or down into 5th and 6th place. Looks like might actually be tucking in just to ride along here for a little bit.
Yeah, you look up to 4th place, you got the number 20 machine of Devin Sierra. He restarted at 8th position, and now he's up to 4th. This car looks pretty good right now.
Up front, we have the 73 of Jason Fluffy Garrett, followed by the 44 of Justin Morton, 55 Rich Schmidt, the 20 of Devin Sierra, and 5th place of Katie Hayden.
So right now we've got a 4-car breakaway out front. 3 cars right behind them. They're still within the draft, but they've been trying to run pretty hard side by side, so they need to tuck back up and just catch back up and make this a 7-car battle.
Yeah, looks like James Walker might be losing a little bit of the front draft. Almost the same way that Brian Workman did.
Yeah, and they're already catching right back up with that. They were trying to take that outside line and kind of just bring it back and get in line, single file down. The top 6 are all single file. Unfortunately, James Walker looks like he's losing the draft. There we go, the 44 went out high. Let's see if that damage is going to affect him at all.
This is kind of a different group running up high right now with that 20. 20's been trying to make it work, but the 44 has been pretty much a bottom feeder thus far in the evening. So it'll be interesting to see with that damage and inexperience up top and see if they're able to make something work.
Oh yeah, you get the 04 and the 24 hooked back up again with the front draft, and they're surprisingly on the bottom lane right now.
So unfortunately, we may have lost a draft partner up there in that front group. Looks like the 39 of James Walker has dropped that draft, and he'll be sliding back towards the next group behind.
Yeah, as the front group gets in single file, that really is a tough break for him. So he's a pretty strong car, but so there's plenty of racing left, so he's still got a chance to get his way back up there.
Exactly. I mean, we've got currently, give or take, about 30 laps to go in this race. So I think that we're definitely going to have to make one more pit stop. Here we've got a lap car up towards the wall, a good bit of front end damage. That will be the number 52 car of Jonathan Thomas. Looks like he's a couple laps down from that last wreck.
Looks like the 55 car wanting to jump on the outside of the 73 machine with no followers, so it looks like he might drop back to the back of this little group here with Katie and Cody falling behind Fluffy, along with Number 20 machine of Devon.
I think that second group back there is going to get stronger and stronger here, gentlemen. We're down to about 5 cars here in this front draft if the 55 can catch back on. We had 8 just a few laps ago, so I think once that second group gets together, they really should have a strong drafting pack.
Well, the 55 and the 44 have caught back up together. So they should start getting together and start pushing. So hopefully those two start working together.
Which has had a pretty formidable pairing here tonight with that 04 and the 24. Really working well together. So Jason may have his hands full up front trying to keep the lead from them.
Absolutely, but at the end of the race, though, you got 3 Chevrolets. It looks like 1 Toyota up there. The 73, 24, and 20 are all Chevrolets, so they might leave Katie out to hang to dry and get a 1, 2, 3 Chevy finish.
Looks like a 73 car might be pushing up just a little bit going into the corners. I don't know if that's going to be a factor of him taking 2 tires on that last stop, but I'm just starting to see a little bit of gap between that yellow line and his car. About half a car width every time he goes in, so that's something the 04 and the 24 might be able to exploit here if he continues pushing like that going into the corner.
Yeah, they might try to get their nose underneath there and push him up to the wall, get him in the high groove, and he's going to go for a ride all the way in the back of the channel.
Without a doubt. Doesn't seem like the guys behind have been able to catch up on that draft, so we're down to a 4-car draft up here. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there screaming that they'd like to have a caution right about now, guys.
I'm sure that everybody's screaming they'd like to get a caution, get some fresh tires for that final push, and fill the car up with Sunoco racing fuel.
So you might even see the old water bottle trick pulled out here.
I'm waiting to see if Fluffy throws it out there, because I think if anybody's looking for some tires, it's going to be the leader.
Well, another thing getting close on maybe possibly pitting. You going to see fuel only? You going to see 2 tires, or what do you think you're going to see here?
I think Fluffy has no choice but to have to take 4 after making the 2-tire change, but I think you could see the 04, the 24, and the 20 do 2 in fuel.
You know, from our experience when we were back here in Daytona with RFC, one of the things we noticed late in the race, you know, no tires was not a bad option. It really, I mean, the cars handled well there. I don't know that Jason would be able to do that just because he took 2 tires on that last stop. But the other thing is, I mean, even if he does take no tires for fuel, everybody else takes 2 tires. He's going to have such a big lead coming out of pit road that he's just going to get swallowed up when they catch up to him. So you got to kind of be careful on that front too.
The only thing I could think of he might do is take the opposite 2 tires, take 2 lefts, and try to ride it out that way. So that's the only argument for I see for Fluffy. The other 3 cars, I see them being able to take 2 and go.
Yeah, exactly. Got the 89 car up high. He lost the draft a little while ago, so I'm thinking he may have come down the pit a little bit early just to try to get back up there. The 89 is currently showing will be a lap down now.
Yep, he's the first car a lap down.
Pit stops starting to happen. Just saw a couple of the lap cars on pit road.
It looks like Fluffy pushed up off the bottom, and looks like he's going to get freight trained here. With the 04, 24, and 20. Hopefully he can drop back in and stay up with these guys.
Now the other thing to watch here with Jason doing that, he may have just given them that position if he's coming in the pits this time by, just so he didn't have people on his tail whenever he came down the pit. So I'll be curious to see if that happens. He moved up pretty quick there.
Fortunately, he's starting to phase back from this lead pack a little bit. But if he can stay at least that interval, maybe when they come down to pits, he can pit with them and be able to have the draft when they all come out.
Absolutely, and the thing about it, if he falls back far enough, he can take them 2 tires and get himself back up there in front of these guys.
Exactly, and you know, we've got currently 10 cars on the lead lap. 7th through 10th look like they're all real tight drafting together, and they're catching up to 5th and 6th in front of them. So if those 6 cars can get together and have some good laps, I think you might see them get themselves back into contention even under green. They're all going to have to be super careful getting on the pit road, have good communication, and just be clean. That's about it.
Oh yeah, it's all about getting clean on the pit road.
You figure with 13 laps to go, we just got to be thinking about pitting soon.
Yeah, that's just a matter of what do you do here. I mean, it depends on what everybody else is doing around you. If you get too far out in front or too far behind and can't catch up, then you know your day is going to be toast, especially with this long green flag run that we've had. So I think they're going to all have to come in together and have some kind of communication with what they're doing.
I agree with you there, Troy. They have to be doing something. Because if they spread themselves out and everybody pits on different cycles, then they're just going to get swallowed up because they're not going to have anybody to connect.
Watching the lap times, looks like 5th through 10th place have gotten together now, and they are catching the leaders. They've caught up by about half a second in the last lap. So they are definitely starting to make that move towards the front.
That they are. I have them at 6.7 seconds and gaining. It looks like they're gaining a tenth almost every lap, if not more.
Oh yeah, last lap they were 7.4 behind. This time we're coming around to the start-finish line, so let's see.
I have them at 6.5 right now, so second a lap.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so if they can keep that up and keep that draft. My only fear is, though, whenever we come into pits, they're going to get spread out and kind of lose that momentum that they've got. But if they can keep it up right here where they're at, then they'll definitely catch up and make a heck of a race out of this.
Yeah, the thing is I mean, some of them might have already pitted, they can go.
Well, I think everybody, I know everybody pretty much pitted under that last caution. I think, at least from the calculations we heard earlier, I think it's a little too long for them to be able to go. It looks like it may have been about 10 to 12 laps too long, but yes. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I believe it's about 22 laps on a green flag run on a tank of fuel, so they're going to have to pit at least one more time. So who knows, you know? Amazing things can sometimes happen.
Exactly, so the leaders coming up, we're staying pretty much stable with the 04, the 24, the 20, and the 73 there. Passing a couple of lap cars right now, so expect to see the leaders on pit road. Hey, here come the pit leaders. Everybody coming together.
And you got the second group behind them coming as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's here to see. He's going to take 2 tires. He's going to take 4.
Definitely saw the 24 came on pit road a little bit hot. Looked like he really had to get up on the brakes. So hopefully there's no speeding penalties there, but we'll kind of watch how everybody comes off pit road. Looks like 2 tires or maybe fuel only on that one.
I'm thinking fuel
Looks like
only.
2 tires for the 73 machine.
Looks like the top 3 cars are fuel only. The 73 will come off well behind them. So the top 2 or 3 are going to be really close together.
But the only thing that, like with the 73, he might be able to hook up with that second fuel and they can push their way to the front.
Exactly. I'm sitting at, I believe, 10 laps to go right now.
Yeah, we've seen Fluffy be pretty aggressive. He might be able to be aggressive and push this 39 machine up there with him.
They're just going to have to get together a little bit here. You got the 44 and the 55 behind Jason and looks like James Walker. So, yeah, they definitely those two tires. I don't know help Jason. He seemed to have lost about 6 seconds in the pits there to that group behind him. But we'll see how they get together.
Behind the leader right now.
So you might get the 44 car and a 55 machine hook up with these two up here, and they might be able to push their way up there. So they got about 8 laps left and 8 seconds to make up, so it can be done.
Oh, absolutely. But I know that they're probably hoping for a quick caution for something harmless at this point. After the pit stop stayed pretty much the same. We got the 04 of Katie Height leading, 24 of Cody Fowler second, and the number 20 of Devin Sarah sitting third. Going a little deeper into the field, fourth is James. Actually, had a little bit of shuffle here. 44 of James Morton, 39 of James Walker. Chris, you want to take it from there?
Yeah, looks like we got. Where we go? So we got Rich Smith in the 55 pushing the 44 car of Rich Smith, and you got the 23 car of Jonathan Shipman, and you got the 27 car of Bernard Person pushed on the outside. And it looks like Person's getting hung out to dry here. The 39 underneath him of James Walker, and then you got the 73 of Jason Fluffy Garrett. You get a 6-car pack here. They might be able to hook up and push their way up to the front.
You know, I was thinking the same thing, but these guys up front are just doing such a good job of staying single file, and these guys in the second group, I have no doubt they're a fast group and that they can get there, but they're just seeming a little too racy with each other right now, not interested in getting single file and really making a move.
Well, they are finally single file, and they're getting themselves, it seems like they're getting themselves situated to make a single file run, but they were double file back, and they were losing time to the leaders, but now that they got all 1, 2, 3, 5 cars together, yeah, they can make a run. They've already gained almost 0.3 of a second on the leader already. They're 8 seconds behind, but 5 laps to go, so the laps are winding down, and Fluffy just got hung out to dry on the outside. It's not going to help them gain time on the leaders.
No, not at all. And, you know, even the leaders right now, they're looking a little bit vulnerable. If that second group can get together, Katie Height and Cody Fowler are staying nice and tucked together, but that 20 car just hanging about 3 car lengths back doesn't seem to really be able to make a move. And he's kind of got the same look that Jason Garrett had. The car's pushing up just a little bit, washing up. I'm a little bit fearful he actually might lose this lead draft here, make it a 2-car race.
Yeah, and the way this second pack's going, they're not going to make this run because now they're 2 by 2 again. They're just going to slow themselves down. I mean, they were at about 7.5 seconds behind the leader, and they've already lost 0.2 by going 2 by 2.
Exactly, gentlemen. I think we are now at 5 laps to go, if my count is correct. Nothing much going on up here in this front pack, so I'm going to kind of follow that second grouping a little bit more right now.
Yeah, I bet Cody's hoping that 20 car can get up there and give him a good push past the 04 car. And get the 2 Chevrolets against the Toyota.
Exactly. You got the 24 and the 44 and the 20 beneath him. He's trying to make a good run together here, but yeah, they're just side by side. So I mean, at this point, they've acknowledged that they're not catching the leaders, and they're just trying to get every spot they can.
And it's a shame because they're gaining on the leaders. 6.7 seconds behind the leaders. If they would have gotten to the single file, they'd probably be 4, maybe 3 seconds behind the leaders right now. But instead, they went 2 by 2, and they're not catching the leaders as fast as they could be.
Exactly, and you know, I still don't know that they would have had enough time to get there, but they would have at least made a heck of a race of it.
Well, I mean, they are. They're much faster than the leaders. So I mean, they're gaining on them fast. But right now, the way they're spreading themselves out, they're definitely not going to be anymore. Now that they spread themselves out, they're slower.
Now, Troy, if you was in the 24 car, would you back up a little bit to the 20 car so you need to run on the 04 car, or would you keep pushing the 04 car?
You know, honestly, at this point in the race, I'm hanging right where he is. You know, we still got about 3 laps to go here. I'm not wanting to make any aggressive moves yet. You want to make that move on the white flag lap, make sure that that person can't gather it back up and use the draft against you. So I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do against Katie. Of course, both of these guys have driven a fantastic race tonight, but I think that he probably ought to back up and use that 20 car here, probably within this lap, maybe the next. But
Oh, this is white flag lap
This
now,
is the
Troy.
white flag lap right here.
oh, yep. Okay, white flag lap. So let's see if the 24 can do anything with the 04. It's going to be tough the way they're set up right now.
Or could the 20 car be hanging back there in case the 24 and the 04 get together?
That's about the only chance the 20 has right now. He hadn't really seemed to be able to pull up and fight against these two. At this point, it seems like it's Katie's race to win.
Absolutely, but could she be blocking the 24?
Here comes the 20, coming off turn 4, making a run. 24 takes a high side, going out against Katie, gets a run up. It looks like it will be Katie Height winning tonight. Great race there for the checkered.
That second group out of the battle back there.
And right now, your unofficial top 10. Petey Height with the win. Cody Fowler second. David Sierra third. Justin Morton fourth. Bernard Person fifth. Rich Schwinded sixth. Seventh, Jonathan Shipman. Eighth will be Jason Fluffy Garrett. Ninth, James Walker. And coming in 10th, Brian Valles.
You know, there's some great racing out there tonight. Good, clean, respectful racing. You know, we had a big one there that took out a lot of cars, but it didn't seem like it was anything overly aggressive. Looked like it was just a racing move from everybody. But, you know, hate that second group, I mean, they made up about 3 seconds there in the last few laps. So, hate they weren't able to get up there and make that a little bigger a race.
Yeah, but overall, it was a really good race. So you had a couple spins, but you actually had a lot of good driving out there. A lot of all the strategy and everything.
Well, let's see if we can talk to any of the top 3. Let's see who we have in there. Actually, let's talk to our race winner as they're burning down the house.
User was moved to your channel.
Katie, this is Rick, Troy, and Chris in the booth. Congratulations on the win here at the Daytona International Speedway.
Hey, thanks, guys.
You were running a solid race up front all day long. Was that your plan or going in? You just wanted to race up front and try to win as many points as possible?
Yeah, pretty much. I just always figure that the safest place is always up near the front, and I had a couple guys up there I was working with all race that I could trust around me, so that really helped.
Without a doubt, Katie, and we noticed all night you just you kept wanting to hang on the high side. What was it that you saw up there that made you keep going up there with the 24?
Really, I just sort of felt like the high side just was able to carry more momentum. It just needed a bit more people to work with, but I knew the 24 was helping me out a bunch, and if he went up there, I was going to go up there and whatnot. So it was really fun just trying to work up there while everyone else was on the bottom.
Well, Katie, congratulations on your win today. Must be bittersweet winning the memorial race for Pops. Anybody you'd like to say hi to out there? Thank for tonight's.
Well, really just everyone that helps put on this league, and especially the Scala family. I know that this is pretty much what they this is pretty much what they try and put together for all of us. So I'm just happy that we were able to do this for them.
All right, Katie. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight, and hopefully more to come this season.
All right, thanks, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, so that's Katie Hyde in the number 04 machine taking home the checkered flag. Let's talk to our second placeman in here.
User was moved to your
They pulled
channel.
me after the stage.
Cody Fowler, Chris, Rick, and Troy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, man, your car looked good up there. You and Katie worked well together. You kept your car clean, kept it up front. What did you think of the race?
That was really fun. I was really content with running where I was, but if I had more room behind me to Devin, I would have made a move. But with him being back there, I knew if I made a move too early, he would have pounced and just passed both of us. So made it late, and it wasn't enough to pass her. But I'm really proud because we were both working on that strategy the whole race, and kind of feels like a win, even though I got second.
Absolutely, Cody. And again, congratulations to Troy. Looking in here towards the points championship, of course, you're already locked into the chase, so that's not obviously the win wasn't paramount to you there, but obviously you also got got some points there for that stage racing. How hairy did that get towards the end of the stages?
It was pretty crazy because we was trying to make the outside work there on that second stage. The first stage was pretty clean, but the second one, we got 3 wide there through the trial, trying to make moves, and people were blocking and everything, and have 3 or 4 cars behind you pushing. Just can't make it work out there. But other than that, like it was pretty clean. It wasn't really too big of blocks going on. A couple of them were pretty big, but we got away with it.
Yeah, it looked like good, clean racing from everybody that everybody out there tonight. Just looked respectful. Just this is my first race getting to really watch you guys, but appeared to be very respectful.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a really good league. A lot of clean drivers.
Well, Cody, I'm partial to your number because that's the number I drive in the league I race in. So I want to thank you for making the number look well tonight. But
oh yeah,
before we
love this paint scheme.
Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to say thanks to? Anything? Anybody you'd like to say hi to?
Just a shout out to my
User left your channel.
Competing in the Piggy Entry series.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a great race today, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
User was moved out of your channel.
And that was the second placement of Cody Fowler. Let's get Devin Sierra down here and let's give him a good talk here.
User was moved to your channel.
Devin, Chris, Rick, and Troy in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on your third place finish tonight. You really stayed towards the front most of the time, but you had a solid run today. Did you think you had anything for the winners at the end, or were you kind of just holding back?
Well, we wanted to go pit there on lap 98, I think it was. Me and the 73 were going to kind of go in together and work it out with the 24 and the 04 there, but something happened with the 73 on pit road. I'm not too sure, but I got stuck behind those guys, and I was in their draft, but the 24 just stayed right up on the 04, and really feel like if the 24 would have maybe laid back a little bit, me and him could have got together and we could have had some for the 04 there, but just the 24, I had nothing for at the end there, and it was a solid run, but I feel like could have done a lot more. And then we had that incident with the 24 on lap, I think it was like 60 something, and that put us to the back of the field. So we came back from that. So I think it was a solid run. I'm happy about it, but could have done more tonight.
Speaking of that last pit stop, did you just take fuel only on that? Because I know the 73 took 2 tires. So was there a miscommunication between the two of you on how many tires and fuel you're going to take?
Yeah, I think so. If that's what happened to the 73, I'm a little bit surprised because I didn't think anybody was going to take tires there, and I certainly didn't with that little laps to go. So maybe the 73 had a communication issue with me, but I figured just taking tires would just set us way too far back for that.
This is Troy up in the booth, of course. Just watching, great race all the way around with you guys. It seemed like we had the top five, same 5-6 people up front all day. From our point, seemed like good, clean, respectful racing. How did it look out there from yours?
Well, there was a lot of times where guys would go single file, and then we get double file going back there. I think there was a lot of aggressive moves that didn't need to be made, especially early on. But I was kind of part of that as well. I tried to find lanes that were going to the front, and I found the lanes, and I ended up leading a lot of laps there just from that. And so I think the balance of the race was a little bit off. There was times people wanted to conserve, and there was times where people wanted to be aggressive. And really, for the amount of cars that got, basically had either a big wreck or we had a single car wreck or anything, it was a little bit surprised we didn't get more.
Well, Devin, again, good run. Definitely a good bounce back from that incident. Is there anybody you'd like to thank or say hi to this evening?
I think the Fred J. Moyer Plumbing out of Pennsylvania, those guys have stuck with me for a while. I'd like to thank Lowe's. I'd like to thank the Bullet Club, Off Camera TV, Chris Scala. I know he's going through tough times right now. Prayers to him and his family, and the whole crew here. Excellent job they do here.
All right, buddy. Again, congratulations on the nice top 3 finish tonight, and thank you for joining us.
Yep, thank you, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, guys. Well, any final thoughts on the race today at the USRC?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull one quick person in here. I'm gonna pull Derek Watson in
User
here.
joined your channel.
I believe he is the one that led the field to green and paced the whole field. So I'll pull him in here and see what he thinks of that great honor of leading the field around in memory of Pops.
Sounds good, buddy.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Derek, Chris,
Hey.
Rick, and Troy in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, guys. How are you?
We're good, bud. I'll tell you what. You leading the field around the Memorial Daytona Motor Speedway in that Skull Bandit number 15 car. Man, that must have been a huge honor.
It was. To be able to do it and, honor Pops and, show respect for Chris, who has been really great to me and really patient. It was a cool moment. It was very awesome. I was glad that the guys asked me to do it. When Jason came to me and said, hey, we can do this, I was instant yes, through and through. I'm very glad I got the chance to do it.
Oh, most definitely. Jason's, I knew Jason my whole life, and he's a heck of a dude. Said, you guys doing this for Pops, that's something special. And like we said, our prayers to the Scola family. It's tragic that had to happen to him so soon. Definitely a great one to be taken from us. But we also got Jason Fluffy Garrett in here. Jason, your car looked good out there on the track, man. What happened on that pit stop?
I just overshot the pits, kind of messed myself up. Had a good run, just human error on the end there.
Oh, absolutely. Like we said, that Skull Bandit car looked great out there. I'm sure Apostle's smiling ear to ear, seeing that thing up front. I know the Skull family was probably smiling as well. Anybody you like to thank?
I just want to thank everybody for putting it on, and to the Scala family for what they do and what we've ended up building over the few years that we've been together, and just wishing the best for the family, and that's all this is for, is family.
Yeah, it is for family. I just want to say real quick, thank you to Jason for doing this. he came to me with the idea, I think on, I don't know, Thursday night, Wednesday night, I don't remember what day it was now, and said, hey, I have this idea. And I said, yes, let's do
User
it. And
joined
then
your
he just
channel.
sort of went with it. And he probably planned about 80% of it. So, for taking your time, thank you for what you did. It was very special. And I know that family appreciates it a lot. So thank you for putting all this together for us.
Oh, it's nothing. This is just a payback for for everybody else involved, and just to show that we get on there and race and scream and fuss and fight,
User
but
was
we're all
moved out
family.
of your channel. Left your channel.
Well, guys, I don't know about you, but after an emotional race like this, with people racing with heavy hearts, thinking of pops, what are your final thoughts going into after this race tonight?
User joined your channel.
For me, it's just watching a good group of guys and come together as family to honor somebody who, unfortunately passed very early.
User left
And that's
your
what we
channel.
are here. I mean, I know this isn't our league necessarily, but as a racing community and, of course, as a league, it's family. And that's just seeing the family get together, honor, and respect.
Absolutely. He said, going to league, you don't think about, family and everything else. But as you race with people, you learn to respect them, learn, you know, more and more about them, then you guys become family. And like you said, the whole racing, that's a big family. So it was great racing tonight. It was fun. It was also a complete honor to be able to call this race.
That it was. It was a complete honor. It was an honor for me. I'd like to thank Fluffy and the guys from United Sims Racing for letting us do this. This was the first race we've done, other than experimenting with things. So it was a great learning experience. Um, so thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, everybody out there that watched us. And for Chris and Troy, this is Rick Greenway signing off. And Pops, God bless, Godspeed.